Don't mind me. Do not mind me. I'm just doing a little sweeping. Let's go. Let's freaking go, baby. If I really wanted to, I could start this video by blowing off a firework because that's how excited I am about this weekend for the Tigers in Cleveland and about this win specifically on Sunday for the Tigers in Cleveland too. I'm not about to do that though. I'm not going to start this video by blowing off a firework. Why, you might ask? Kids, listen up. Fireworks are dangerous, okay? If you're going to be playing with fireworks, make sure you have a grown-up with you. Fireworks are dangerous. I'm not about to be blowing off a firework for your entertainment right now. I'm sorry. I love each and every one of you, but I'm not going to be blowing off a firework right now. But just know, if I really wanted to, I could. Because, again, I'm just so excited about this 4th of July holiday weekend for the Tigers in Cleveland. And specifically, this win on Sunday for the Gritty Tigers. The team with still, after another week of play, they still have the best record in all of the American League, and the Dodgers game is going on right now. But depending on those results, we're going to have, after this week of play, one of, if not the best records in all Major League Baseball as well. Throw up the W's times 3, baby. Tigers win Friday night on the 4th of July. Tigers win Saturday night. Tigers win on Sunday afternoon. That's not just a series win in Cleveland over the Guardians. Get your brooms out, baby. That is a series sweep of the Guardians in Cleveland. Let's freaking go. Let's go, man. The Tigers coming into this series in Cleveland this weekend, we had the chance to deliver just a massive knockout punch to this Guardians team. You know, listen, the Guardians were really reeling coming into this one. They were losers of, 7 in a row coming into this weekend? Again, the Tigers, facing this reeling team, had a chance to just deliver maybe a knockout punch to them, and we did just that. We went to their place this weekend and gave them an RKO, a Roman Reigns Superman punch. We gave them a CM Punk GTS, the whole thing. We did that to them in their place this weekend. Let's go. Let's talk about it. But first of all, I do have some housekeeping notes I need to take care of very quickly. Thank you so much for Roastar for sponsoring this video. They've got hot coffee, cold brews, chocolate. Yes, I'm going to do this whole thing with my broom right here next to me. They got a lot of great drinks and treats for you to try and enjoy, specifically in this hot summer weather. My personal recommendation, the Nitro Cold Brew, is just perfect for this summertime heat. Visit our website, roastsober.com. Link is in the description below. And if you find something that you want to try and make an order, you can always save some money on that order by using my code, TonyD. Shout out to Roast Over. Thank you once again to them for sponsoring this video. And also, if you all do me a favor, leave a like on this one. Comment your thoughts on this Tigers sweep down in the comments below. Share with all your family and friends, all your fellow Tigers fans, Tigers friends and family, and please hit that sub button as well. I would very much appreciate it. Alright, that takes care of my quick housekeeping. Let's not talk about this Tigers series sweep in Cleveland over the Guardians. I would love to hold this for the next 10 minutes or however long this video is going to be, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that, so we're just going to put the broom off to the side here, but don't worry, we will get the broom back out towards the end of the video. Let's go, Tigers! Let's freaking go! Like I said, I'll say it again right now as we begin to actually talk about this series win and series sweep in Cleveland for the Tigers. What a weekend, what a series win, what a huge series sweep over the Guardians in Cleveland this weekend. Let's start with Sunday's win. You know, that's the win, obviously, that's fresh on my mind. That's the win that's fresh on everybody's mind. And if we look back at the weekend as a whole, obviously, Sunday's win was the best win of the weekend for sure. The craziest win and for sure the best win of this weekend for the Tigers. The Gritty Tigers strike again, doing what we do best. We're down late. It looks like, all right, we might just have to settle. We'll take it 2 out of 3 in Cleveland this weekend. Nope! With our backs against the wall, the Gritty Tigers strike again. We tie in the 9th inning, and then we just explode like a 4th of July firework. A big blue and orange firework in the 10th inning against Kate Smith, who Oh, I had nightmares about Cade Smith last October after he dominated us in the ALDS, man. Off of Cade Smith in the 10th inning, we put him up, how many was it? A 6 spot and just go off and get the victory to complete the sweep this weekend. Man, what a freaking win for the Tigers today on Sunday. Before we even talk about, though, tying the game up in the 9th inning and exploding in the 10th inning, we first of all have to give some love to now two-time All-Star. It was just announced tonight that he is officially a two-time All-Star. Tarik Daniel M.F. and Skubal, the best pitcher, not just in the American League. He's the best pitcher in all Major League Baseball, if you ask me, if you ask a lot of people, and he is the best pitcher on the planet. Again, if you ask me, if you ask a lot of people, the best pitcher on the planet. Tarik Daniel M.F. and Skubal did his thing again today. 7 scoreless in Cleveland, no walks, 10 strikeouts. And now, if you combine the numbers from this start and his other start earlier this season against Cleveland, Tarik Skubal combined against Cleveland so far this season, let me try to remember the numbers off the top of my head. It's 16 innings, no runs, no walks, 23 strikeouts. Dude, someone tweeted at me that he took Game 5 of the ALDS to heart, and you might be right. You might be right. He took that to heart, and every time he goes up against Cleveland this season, he's just like, I remember what happened last October. I remember how you broke our hearts. You broke the Tigers players' hearts, and the Tigers' hearts in general, and all of our fans' hearts. You broke my heart. You broke everybody's hearts in Detroit, Michigan. I remember that, and you're going to pay for doing that. That's been the case so far in this 2025 season. He was great in his first start against Cleveland earlier this season. That was the case again today. Shout out to the best pitcher in all Major League Baseball, Tarik Daniel M.F. and Skubal, for doing his thing again today, man. And hey, I just mentioned obviously that he is now a two-time All-Star. Let's show some love as well to our other All-Stars. Congratulations, Riley Green, also now a two-time All-Star. Very well-deserved. Also well-deserved. Shout out to Gleyber Torres. Congratulations, Gleyber. That letter that he put out to all the fans after he was voted into the All-Star game, that was so sweet, man. That was so awesome. Man, shout out to Gleyber, quickly becoming a fan favorite here in Detroit. I love Gleyber, you love Gleyber, we all love Gleyber Torres. Shout out to Gleyber, man. That's so awesome to see. Not only that he made the All-Star team, obviously he deserves it. He's been great for this Tigers team in the 2025 season so far. But again, just showing the love to the fans and being like, hey, thank you so much for voting me in. That was awesome, man. That put a smile on my face. That was so cool. Shout out to Gleyber. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to Javi. Javi Baez, man. That is so cool. Obviously, there have been a lot of great stories for this Tigers team so far in the 2025 season. That one's up there. That is obviously one of the best stories, not just for this Tigers team, but for all of Major League Baseball in this 2025 season. Javi having a resurgent season, and he's been a big part to this team, both offensively and especially defensively. Man. He has been a big-time contributor, a big-time part to this team. And to see it rewarded in a way with him not just making the All-Star team, but named a starter in the outfield, in center field. That's nuts, man. If you would have told me, or just any Tigers fan, any Cubs fan, any baseball fan, period, that we would be here right now with Javi being voted in as an American League starter in center in the All-Star game, you would have been called nuts, but here we are. Shout out to Javi as well. Javi, Gleyber, Riley, Tarik, our 4 All-Stars as of now. There could be more voted in. We will see obviously what happens, but yeah, our 4 All-Stars, shout out to each and every one of them. So, very well deserved. And, you know, I want to give some love as well to other guys who didn't make the All-Star team. Again, as of now, that could change. We'll see what happens between now and the All-Star game, actually. Not this upcoming week, but the following week. We'll see what happens, but, you know, shout out to these guys as well, because we know as Tiger fans, like, even though they didn't make the initial All-Star team roster, they very well could have. Zach McKinstry, Spencer Torkelson, Dylan Dingler, Will Vest, Tommy Canely, Casey Mize, And those are just the names that are coming off the top of my head right now. I might be missing a name or two, but yeah, again, they also deserve some love and a shout out and a round of applause for me and every Tigers fan, because again, even though they didn't make the All-Star team, as of now, they very well could have. But getting back on track here, ladies and gentlemen, talk about this win on Sunday. So yeah, great job once again, as per the usual, from Tarik Skubal. I also want to give some love to Chase Lee, the Viper. I hear voices in my head. They counsel me, they understand, they talk to me. Shout out to the Viper. He has also been great for this Tigers team in this 2025 season. He was huge in this game, getting out of big-time jams in the 8th and 9th innings. If not for Tarik doing what he did today in Cleveland, Chase Lee would have been my pitcher of the game, 100%. Chase Lee was great today as well. And I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but obviously, Tarik Skubal, my pitcher of the game for this win on Sunday. But moving on to the craziness that happened in the 9th and 10th innings. Man! So first of all, you gotta give some major credit and a major shout out to Zach McKinstry. He's my position player of the game today. No, he didn't homer in the 10th inning. No, he wasn't really part of that big 6-run 10th inning. But we do not come back to win this game. We are not talking about a sweep right now. We don't have our brooms out or anything without Zach McKinstry. Coming in there in the 9th inning as a pinch runner for Torque, getting the stolen base, and then scoring the game-tying run on that wild pitch. Huge. Absolutely huge. Again, we would not have won this game if not for Zach McKinstry doing that in the 9th inning as a pinch runner. Man, Zach McKinstry he's another one who has just been great, obviously, for this Tigers team in this 2025 season. Hopefully that maybe gets rewarded with a bid to the All-Star game. We'll see. He deserves it because, again, he has just been great for this Tigers team in the 2025 season. Shout out to Zach for being awesome so far this year, and like I said, I'll say it again right now because it is the truth. He deserves a lot of credit for this victory. We do not win this one without Zach McKinstry doing what he did in the 9th inning. Shout out to Z-Mac. And then the 10th inning, just exploding for that 6th spot. Trey Sidney, sweetie, 3-run homer. Let's go. He just got back up here too. Big moment for Trey Sweeney. He delivered there in that 10th inning. Shout out to him. Riley Green, who had a tough weekend, he breaks through. Riley Green doing Riley Green things, man. Just how I always say how Tarik Skubal is just such a special player. It's a blessing that we as Tiger fans get to watch him every 5th day. It's the same thing for Riley Green, except it's every day. It is such a treat and a blessing that we get to watch Riley Green every single day. Even when he has a tough weekend, a tough series like he did this weekend in Cleveland, he still delivered there in the 10th inning with that 2-run homer. Shout out to Riley. Matty V got an RBI in that 10th inning too. The gritty Tigers, man. Like I said a couple minutes ago, I'll say it again right now. This is what we do, man. This is who the gritty Tigers are. We saw it in the 2024 season when we went on that run, and we're seeing it again this season. We saw it again today. The gritty Tigers, man. It's 1-0. It looks like we have to settle with 2 out of 3, and then boom, we tie it up in the 9th. We explode for a 6th spot in the 10th inning. The game is over. We get the victory just out of nowhere. Like Randy Orton, the Viper, RKO out of nowhere. That's what this Tigers team is, man. We're like Randy freaking Orton, baby. But it's true. It is so absolutely true. Just out of nowhere, we hit the RKO. We get the 1-2-3. Randy gets the victory. Tigers get the victory. Shout out to the gritty Tigers, man. What a freaking win to end this series in Cleveland. Awesome, awesome stuff. And obviously, look at me, like I just can't stop smiling and laughing because of how awesome that win was and just how freaking amazing this Tigers team is too. And now let's move on to and talk about the previous 2 victories for the Tigers in this series in Cleveland, starting with Friday, the 4th of July. I hope you all had a great 4th of July holiday, whatever you might have been doing. I had a great holiday, mostly in part because the Tigers got a victory. Always great to get a win on the 4th of July. That's our first 4th of July win in a little bit. I don't remember what happened before 2023, but I know for sure 2023 we lost. I remember because I was there. That's when Tarik made his return for the Tigers against the then the Oakland A's, we lost that game, and I was just sitting there watching the fireworks like this because I'm like, we seriously lost that game? Are you freaking kidding me? And then last year, too, if I can remember, I believe we were in Minnesota, and I think Kenta Maeda was pitching, and we just got rocked, if I can remember correctly. I'm pretty sure that was a pretty rough 4th of July as a Tigers fan as well. But not this 4th of July. It was a great 4th of July as a Tigers fan. Great to get that win on the 4th, and another good victory to begin a series as well for this Tigers team, too. Welcome back, Reese Olson. He was solid in his return, just 1 run in 4 1/3 innings pitched with 3 strikeouts. The bullpen on Friday night was freaking fantastic. Specifically, Tyler Holton. My pitcher of the game for that victory on Friday night, Tyler Holton. That might have been the best we have seen from Tyler Holton so far this season. Which, if that's the case, if Tyler Holton is turning back into the Tyler Holton that we all know and love from last season when he got an MVP vote because of how clutch he was and kind of the leader of the bullpen chaos and just that run that the Tigers went on in the 2024 season, especially from a pitching standpoint. If Tyler Holton is turning into that Tyler Holton from last season, that's very good. that will be huge and very, very good. But yeah, man, he was fantastic in that win on Friday night. 2 2/3 innings pitched, just 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Again, my pitcher of the game for the Tigers in that win on Friday night. And then after him, the changeup king Tommy Kahnle, and nasty as always Will Vest. They were good too. Combine the bullpen on Friday night, 4 2/3, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Great job from the bullpen in that win on Friday night. And offensively, shout out to Winslow Perez and Z-Mac, Zach McKinstry for the solo homers they hit in that win on Friday night too. Again, great way to begin the series in Cleveland. Great way to begin the weekend. Great way to celebrate the 4th of July as a Tigers fan. Once we got that victory, everyone around here in Detroit, Michigan was blowing off fireworks, just big blue and orange fireworks to celebrate the Tigers' victory. It was great. Great 4th of July for the Tigers and for me as a Tigers fan. Saturday, another great win for the Tigers on Saturday. Another win in which it was our 2 1-1s. Casey Mize and Spencer Torkelson leading the way. Casey Mize, call him AJ Styles because he was phenomenal on Saturday night. 7 scoreless, 4 strikeouts. He's been great for the Tigers this season, and so has Spencer Torkelson. It was a Torque Bomb Saturday night, number 20 on the season for Torque. Like I said, man, another one of those wins for this Tigers team where it is Mize and Torque. They're my players of the game for that win on Saturday night. Another win for this Tigers team in which it is those two leading the way in the victory. You know how I said earlier in the video when we talked about Javi making the All-Star team? That has obviously been one of the best stories for this Tigers team. So is that. Casey Mize and Spencer Torkelson having the seasons that they are having right now after they were almost really written off, not just by a bunch of the fans, but maybe by the Tigers themselves too. Torque, it wasn't a guarantee that he was going to have a starting job on this team going into the season. The same thing for Casey Mize. He was in a real battle to make the starting rotation going into the season. They were almost written off, not just by the fans, but by maybe the team itself. And they have just, again, been great. They have been so great for the Tigers so far in this 2025 season. Shout out to Casey. Shout out to Torque. Great job by both of them. Great win for the Tigers on Saturday night. Great win on Friday the 4th. Great win on Saturday, July the 5th. And great win on Sunday, July the 6th. Great series win for this Tigers team in Cleveland. Great series sweep by the Tigers in Cleveland this weekend. Let's go, baby. Great stuff once again from this Tigers team. And here's another thing. This is another thing that this Tigers team has done well so far in this 2025 season. They always seem to bounce back. After a tough loss and or a tough series loss, they always almost always bounce back, and that was the case once again this weekend, in just this week period. We had the tough series loss in Washington against the Nationals, maybe not the most ideal thing in the world, but we turn right around and go into Cleveland and take 3 out of 3. We sweep them. We went sweeping right after taking a series loss in Washington. We bounced right back, and again, that's something we have done so phenomenally throughout the 2025 season as a baseball team. Great stuff, Tigers. Let's keep it going. The last week of play before we go into the All-Star break, we are back home for 2 more big-time series. Tampa Bay Rays, Seattle Mariners. 2 more big-time series. Let's keep it going, baby. Let's start with getting some revenge on the Tampa Bay Rays after they kind of, beat us up a little bit when we went into their place the last time we played the Rays in Tampa Bay. Let's get some revenge on the Rays as they are now coming into our place this week. Let's do it, baby. That's all I got for you this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it as always. We'll see you in the next one. Happy sweeping. Until the next video, as always, go Tigers, baby.